What's up, guys? I am here with the brand new Street Fighter V character, Menat. I figured that I would do a little bit of a run-through of the character, show you kind of her moveset, what she can do, and why I think she's so cool. I am really excited for this character. I think she's amazing, so let's jump right in. So, we'll talk about her special moves. She only has 2 special moves, or kind of 2.5. So, with a fireball, she does this ball throw, and if you do it again, the ball comes back to you. That's why I say it's 2.5. It's the same move, it just has a different effect whether you are holding the ball or not. So the different strengths determine where it goes. The light one goes a short distance and down. Medium one goes kind of medium distance. And then the heavy one goes the furthest, but it goes up here in the air. So, you know, sometimes this can miss depending on the character and whether they're standing or crouching. The EX version is a little bit different. It's actually kind of a hit throw type thing. It's blockable, so it's not a real throw. But you can combo off this, which is really nice. And it kind of brings them to you. So I think that this is going to be pretty common for like her bread and butter combos. She has a lot of different ways to combo into it. And maybe a few different interesting ideas for what she could do out of it. It seems pretty darn useful. Her other special is her Dragon Punch, which is this kind of anti-air grab. Very reminiscent of Rose in Street Fighter 4. So obviously, if the opponent is jumping at you, you can use this to anti-air them. And it works okay. It doesn't have invincibility, so if you do it late, you can get hit out of it. But if you do it somewhat early, it'll work out just fine. Sometimes you get, if you do it a little bit too late, you get like an awkward trade and you don't do any damage, so that's not great. I think in general, crouching hard punch is her most consistent anti-air. So I would use that instead most of the time. This move also has combo applications. There's some goofy stuff you can do with the orb to bring them back and then anti-air them, so it definitely has some potential there. The EX version is not that much different. I think it might have a little bit of invincibility, but it is not fully invincible. You can get hit out of it just like the others if you do it too late. But there is one really cool thing about the EX version, which is that its horizontal range is just insane. I kind of can't believe it. Like, you can grab them, like, from downtown. It, like, honestly, it doesn't look right at all how far away you can be and still land this. Reminds me a little bit of Hugo, how he had his anti-air grab. So I do think that the EX version can be useful to stop them from jumping from ranges where, you know, normally your anti-airs aren't going to work out here. But with the EX version, you can grab them. So that's pretty fun. We'll talk about her V-skill. So her V-skill is this reflector thing. She can do it standing or crouching. As implied by the fact that it's a reflector, it can reflect fireballs. So you can reflect them with the standing one. You cannot reflect EX fireballs. They always go through. You can reflect fireballs with the crouching one, which I think is kind of interesting. You would think that it would reflect them like up at an angle, but it doesn't. It just reflects them horizontally across. And even though you can't reflect EX fireballs, you can reflect multi-hit non-EX fireballs like Akuma, his red fireball, and like Laura. It does work on those. So the reflector seems pretty useful, and it's pretty useful for combos as well. You can combo into it pretty easily, and if you have the ball off, again, there's a lot of kind of nifty stuff you can do by canceling into the ball return. So it's pretty neat. We'll talk about her super. Her super, she throws out this ball, and if it connects, you know, you get this little animation and do all the damage. It is pretty easy to combo into. It works, you know, in a lot of situations. So it's a decent combo super. The only problem is, I think, like I said, EX ball throw is like such a good move. I think you're going to be using that a lot, so I don't necessarily know if you're going to get meter for super that much. But we'll see. It's definitely not a bad super by any means. We'll talk about some of her normal moves here. Her normal moves are kind of what makes her interesting. You can see most of her normal moves involve the ball in some way, kind of give it a little bit of extra range. She almost has Dhalsim range on some of her normals, which I think is cool. But what this means is when you don't have the ball, all of a sudden your normals are different. They have a lot shorter range, But some of them do have changed frame data. So you can see, like, with the ball on, you can't link crouching medium punch into crouching light kick. No matter what, it won't work, no matter how hard you try. But with the ball off, it totally works. And you can even combo off it, which is kind of crazy. So she does have this kind of two playstyle thing where with the ball on, you know, maybe she's a bit more about zoning, keeping away. Neutral jump hard kick with the ball on is a pretty sick move. I'm a big fan of that one. But with the ball off, she can go a little bit more crazy. Because of the improved frame data and because of the fact that almost anything you do, if you don't have the ball on, you can make it safe by returning the ball. So that even applies to her sweep, which I think is crazy. Almost no characters have a safe sweep in this game unless you cancel it with V-trigger or something. But if she's not holding the ball, her sweep is totally safe because of the ball return. So that's pretty cool. Once you have the ball off, you know, you can really start mixing them up. So her crouching hard punch, as I said, is probably her best anti-air. Crouching medium kick is like a decent combo normal. Standing hard kick with the ball off, you can link off of. So that's kind of a combo setup with her. She has a couple command normals. In the air, down medium kick does this kind of Dalsim drill. Just like Dalsim, if you hit him on the toes, you can combo off it pretty easily. But if you hit him on the head, you are unsafe and can be punished, so be careful. She can jump back and do the drill, which I actually don't remember if Dalsim can do that, but it's pretty uncommon in this game. Not a lot of characters can do kind of air special or command normals in the air when they're jumping backwards, so it's cool that she can. She's got this slide, down forward medium kick. First of all, I love this animation. Just look at how cool this looks. So the slide, as you would expect, if you do it from very close, you are unsafe. If you do it from far away, you can make it completely safe. So this seems like a decent move to maybe go under fireballs, get close to them, that kind of thing. Forward medium kick is this 2-hit overhead. In case you haven't got the picture by now, if you do this from very close and they're blocking, it is unsafe. But you can space it out and make it safe if you only hit with the last hit. One of the coolest thing about this overhead is it can be canceled into the ball return, only on the first hit. This is insane! It's so crazy what she can do with this. You know, you can get so much off of an overhead that is safe. If you have the ball out, the overhead all of a sudden is completely safe. So it's really, really awesome. You know, it kind of goes along with what I was saying, that when she's not holding the ball, she can kind of become a mix-up monster. So I'm a big fan of that kind of aspect of the character. So finally, we'll talk about the other really crazy thing about this character, which is her V-trigger. So her V-trigger puts these 6 balls on her, and the crazy thing that I didn't get at first is that each ball is tied to one button. So like that's the jab one, that's the medium punch one, that's the light kick one, and then once you've thrown that button, it's not going to work anymore. You have to use up all your buttons if you want to throw all 6 balls. There is some kind of unique, you know, combo stuff that you can do. Like if I've already thrown the medium kick one, I can kind of hide another button behind the medium kick and use that to throw the other button's ball. So it seems like there's a lot of potential here. I've already seen some really crazy combos that people are doing with the balls. You know, you can do stuff like use it to combo off your slide. You can do really insane stuff. It's worth noting also that there's 2 directions that you can throw the balls. If you're standing and you press the button, they go straight horizontal. If you're crouching, they do go up at an angle. It's definitely possible that there's some keep away potential with the balls, but if I had to guess, I would say they're going to be used more for their rush down and combo potential. And then also, like most V-triggers in the game, it can be used just as a Roman cancel. So a lot of combo potential there, as you would probably expect. So, you know, in general, I'm just a massive fan of this character. I think she is so cool. I love all her animations. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Season 2 new characters. I thought, for the most part, they were kind of forgettable, but Menat is definitely one of my favorite Street Fighter characters that they've ever done. I think she's so awesome. So I'm definitely going to be doing more videos with her in the future. I want to try her out online, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you guys tune in for that. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.